Not all families are built the same, but many parents share the need for guidance through the labor process and early days of their child's life. And that's why the Riley Children's Health Labor and Delivery Team at IU Health Methodist launched the state's first birth class designed for LGBTQ families. I talked to a couple about what this program means for their community and growing families. MIKA, BAUGH, and Haley Spencer are parents to two boys.
Our oldest is 7, and I carried him. He's living his best life in 3rd grade. What was he, 4 when we, were thinking about having another one? So we pursued that, and she carried the little guy, and he's now 2.5. He's a wild child.
Finley, their youngest, was born at IU Health North Hospital. The parents took advantage of all the resources the hospital offered when Haley was pregnant, but they felt they were missing out on important conversations.
When you're sitting there talking about the mechanics of birthing a child, that's not something necessarily that you want to talk about, or we didn't necessarily want to talk about with some heterosexual couples. And to be fair, they may have been uncomfortable too.
The new childbirth class at IU Health will feature the same educational content as previous classes, plus time dedicated exclusively to topics of importance shared by LGBTQ families.
We wanted people to feel comfortable asking questions without fear of judgment. We felt like some of our families may not feel comfortable asking, specific, like gender specific questions or using pronouns particularly, or they just didn't want to be in a room where they maybe felt judged.
CANDIS King is a labor and delivery nurse at Methodist Hospital, and she teaches the new class for LGBTQ families.
It's a safe place where they can ask whatever they want and not have to worry about that. And maybe even have somebody that they can relate to, whether it's another couple that is quote unquote non-traditional, as well as myself, the instructor, just being a member of the LGBT community is a little more relatable to them.
Some topics covered in the class are breastfeeding, hormone therapy, and desired pronouns used by family members. While this class did not yet exist when MIKA and Haley were going through their pregnancies, both mothers are involved in the creation of this class.
There is some sort of trauma that happens in the LGBT community in terms of healthcare and medical providers. That's just a reality. So to know that I can get on IU North or Riley or Methodist or whatever website and see LGBTQ just out there and very public, that is a big deal.
The mothers hope this class will bring validation to other LGBTQ couples on their journeys to grow their own families.
The nuances that you pass on, your little ones that connect you, and that really, the whole purpose of having kids was originally for being able to pass on things about you, and that's not done purely through blood.
The first class took place at the beginning of December and is virtual right now due to the pandemic. The class will be held quarterly.